Alright, hello lovelies, this is Arielle from the Tree of Life Tarot. And I'm going to look at Hugh Grosvenor's love life, what's in store for him in 2020. Alrighty. So, the first card that I'm going to look at, and just the general feeling about it, is that is not going to be easy. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy thing, but again, nothing in life is easy, so there we go. We have a good starting point. So will there be a love life in the future in 2020? Yes, this is the lady. She has a, let's say, comfort in her life. This is one of my favorite cards. I had a coaching group a couple of months ago about it. This is a card about a woman who is confident that what she has is enough in her life. She's not lacking anything. She may not have everything that she ever wanted, but she's grateful for everything that she has. She's counting her blessings. She's generally satisfied with how she looks, so she doesn't basically, this is not a woman who's going to run to the plastic surgeon to look better or different. She's happy with her home, how she lives, where she lives. She's happy with her job, what she does, how much she makes. So there is a woman coming up in his life in 2020 for sure. Judging from the card, that's a minor arcana card, not even a court card. So again, it's a bit presumptuous, but probably a woman who is close to his age, maybe a little younger, but with let's say with a lot of delicacy and a lot of manners, good manners. Yeah, that's the word, good manners. But not because it's like shoved down on her. It's because she wanted it. It's who she is, let's say. I can go back to this card later on if needs be, but for now it's okay. Now, what kind of life will this be? When we have the Tower. The Tower is a card of, again, illusions, delusions, very Neptunian, where you're waking up into the reality of things. Having this reversed, the type of relationship will be, we are not going to kid ourselves. Let's say he will not pretend to be something else, and she will not pretend to be something else, and that's a good thing, to be like honest with what you can or cannot bring to the table in, let's say, a potential relationship. Now, about the cards, one of the key signs if you are in a good relationship or not is if the relationship is brings you security. Especially for us women, security is very important to us, and it's not only the, let's say, financial security. It's about being sure that if you let's say, if you need help, your partner will have your back. If he, let's say, sneezes, you will make him a tea or a chicken soup or whatever. It's that type of security that you can count on me type of security. Now the Nine of Cups is being bored to death. Let's put it this way. Reverse that, it's like it's not gonna be boring. So it's going to be open eyes relationship, and it's not going to be boring. Will that be secure? I'll leave it to them to decide. I'll just put another card for here. Why are all the cards? No, I'm just pulling up the reverse cards. That's it. It's the luck. Um, the Ace of Swords. Now the Ace of Swords. It's an interesting thing about security. Now this card, the Nine of Cups, is very clear what it means. So the Ace of Cups is especially, and we're going to look at down the road about prospects of marriage, prospects of lasting future, and not just marriage, happy marriage, obviously, because literally every single day in which you are free and you have nothing to do, you can go to the courthouse and get married, literally. But a lasting marriage, that's not in the cards for everybody. So the Ace of Swords is the card of one of the cards of marriage contracts, agreements, contracts. Reverse that is it's not gonna be there. Yeah. So will it be secure? I'll leave it to them, for the two of them to decide. But marriage contract, that's something that I think both will not want, and that will make it interesting. Yeah. So again, interesting and not boring. Yeah. At the same time, see, a lot of people say that marriage is just a signature, or marriage is important if you have like common assets, and you have kids that they get protected. At the end of the day, if we have a lady who has her own thing, and who has his own thing, and marriage is going in a contract, can not be, let's say, wanted by either one of them, then what's left is to you're not just escaping getting a boring marriage. You need to you're suddenly faced, basically, a lot of people think that, oh, if we don't get married, which is the ultimate commitment, things are going to be easy. Actually, no, they're more difficult then, because you need to really find a way to convince your partner that you will not wake up one day, pack up your things, and go to a different direction, and not even give them an explanation. Yeah. So again, that will be interesting, because this shows up as the security. Is it safe? So for them, safe, being in a relationship with open eyes, safe will be to not sign a contract. Yeah, not sign a contract. I'm not even seeing wedding bells here. It's about a contract. Could it be a relationship contract? I don't know. Let's go next. About commitment now. Commitment and marriage. Let's take a look here. Commitment and marriage. Now, commitment is going to be actually the Eight of Swords. Let me know if you can see it. So this is a lady who is in a mar. She's banished from the castle. She's not in the castle, and she's surrounded by swords. She's like literally surrounded by swords. She's tied up. She cannot move. Usually that is a let's say not the best card when it comes to moving forward. Yeah, if you want something to start to happen, it's like you're tied down, and you are not you're not you're not moving it, you're not going anywhere. Yeah, but here we have a question about um, is it going to be committed relationship. And if you do want to be tied up in that relationship, is it going to be feeling restrictive? I'd say not yet, because of the Tower reversed. Tower reversed is entering this into entering into this with open eyes, and it's like, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. Yeah. Now, about marriage, that is actually a very good card. I'm not gonna say I see wedding bells, because there are no wedding combination here. Yeah, so we have different cards for that. But the Four of Cups is the card of indecision. And if you want to ask, oh, will this guy marry me? And you get the Four of Cups, you will be sure to not ever marry this guy, because he'll be like a Libra. He'll be waking up thinking, looking at the pros and cons of marrying you. Then next day we'll make a new draft of the list, and a new draft of the list, and on and on and on, and he will die in indecision. Reverse that, he will know. That's a card for him, for Hugh Grosvenor. He will know. He will not be indecisive. Will it be indecision about marriage? Will it be a decision about marriage? Let's take a look. No. Again, it's going to be it's a different type of decision. It's really not a decision about marriage. Even though this is a card for marriage, will there be marriage? I'd say it's a decision, yeah, towards a making something together, like building something together. It's not the most romantic card for a family, but it's a solid card. It's in a combination with the Four of Cups reversed. It's a solid card. So it will be looking at the things that the two of them will build together. And the Six of Swords, again, these are clarification cards for this card. The Six of Swords is like being together in the same boat, hoping for better times, but being together with let's say, with people with the same problems. Yeah, reverse that. That's not the case. They're not going to be like the others. So I think that there is a lesson that he has learned based on the Tower, a lesson that he has learned about people in his or similar to his positions. Maybe something to do with like the quick marriages and quick divorces, and all that mumbo jumbo that doesn't have a solid foundation. And again, this is the Three of Pentacles is not the most romantic cards, but this is a card of really good stability, because this is the card of like building things together. And in this case, it's about building the church, building the let's say the house, the solid thing that you can build your relationship on. So he's definitely moving towards something. He's not going to be indecisive about this girl. He's not going to be like the others, um, in his, let's say, in his, I'd say, age bracket, or um, a tax bracket. He's not going to be like the others. It's going to be, again, something creative. I don't know what that is. Again, I'm not going to be in his head like 5 or 6 months from now, but it's definitely moving there. Now, will the relationship last? And what can he do? I'm gonna put another card here because I don't like this. Okay. So I'm just gonna say what I'm seeing here, and I'll leave it because again, when we see the girl, we can say more about it. Right now, will it last? The Four of Wands. I'd say it is a possibility that it will last. It is a possibility that it will last. It will not last as a happy family. Yeah. It will not be a, let's say, a dysfunctional family. It will be, I'd say, it will be a unique family. Yeah. Unique in non-traditional way. For example, again, this is a card for a woman that shows up as a future relationship. But if I was to see this card, I would say that these are like two, that it's a gay couple, getting married, out of tradition, kind of like. And another out of tradition way could be, let's say, having a baby, and the baby is born, and after that becoming a family, something like that. Now, a clarification card for this one: will it last? It will last if they get married in church. And I'd say here, yeah, they need to get married in church. If they the indication is at the beginning there will be some there will be a strong commitment, a strong commitment, a solid foundation is being built. Children did not show up, okay? Let me be clear about here. But it will be a somehow non-traditional way of having a family. And if blessed by the church, by the country, by the government, whatever that may be, it will last. So there is indication it will not be all roses, but there is indication that it will last. Will this lady be the last one for him? It's possibly yes. The Nine of Swords is about restless nights, sleepless nights. Usually people who haven't found their other half, their better half, the Majin. They have this longing of the heart that is keeping them, restless at night. Refers that, I sleep well. Yeah, there is storm around me. I'm not losing my sleep over it. So, will she be the last one in his life? He'll be happy with her, but he'll not lose sleep over whether she's the one or not the one. And as you can see, I'm not going to give that answer here as well, because giving that answer will be making a decision for him, and that's a decision of the soul that he needs to do on his own. um, Now, what does he need to do? The action he needs to do in order to find lasting love. So all of this is going to happen, but this is the first step, let's say, the first step. And I think that this is the first step from a new year, like literally starting from the new year. Um, and that is stop struggling. Stop struggling. Stop doing a lot of things to stop searching, you know. And yeah, stop struggling, really. Uh, um, as they say, what's yours will come. And yes, so stop struggling, because fate will literally meet you with that lady, like literally. um and I have I have been like this. I've been having this feeling, not for these readings particularly, but in general, that literally when you have and that's the hidden part here. The hidden part is about where he will be on New Year's, or where he will have like a vacation somewhere in the New Year, after New Year, something. Um, somewhere in a garden. Anyway, um, it's very important to know that we are not alone in all of this. We are not alone in this world. Literally, we are helped by the divine. And if something feels like, up to this moment, like a struggle, how am I gonna do it? What am I gonna do? Where can I'm gonna find her? um, there is this interesting way hmm, to thank, like write down all the things that you're struggling with to find your beloved, and then write down something to the effect of, um, Lord, you know I cannot deal with this. This is a struggle for me. Please, lift that burden from my shoulders and take care of it. And I thank you. That's it. You don't have to use the same words. You can use your own words. But the thing is, with some things in life, we cannot put the world on our shoulders. We cannot. We don't have the capacity to solve the problems. Based on the cards from for this year, he is in a direction. He's learning something. He's improving something. He's finding his worth as a human being. Um, and that is a huge, again, huge lesson. So he needs to focus on learning that lesson, and some things are taken care of for him, like they're taken care of for him. And whatever he chooses, like for example, it feels like there's a lot of choices in his life right now, whether it's for New Year's, whether it's for a lot of choices, like where is he going to go, where should he go, what he should be, what he should do. It's the end of the day, give that, send that request to the divine, to God. Send it as a request. Dear Lord, help me make the right decision. Help me, go to the right place and do the right things and things like that. I bet you that just like the divine is conspiring to to get him to get that burden off his back, burden of finding that lady off his back. They are making sure that this lady from the cards here, the one that he will meet, ends up in the same garden as him. So the divine is working. It's working and it's helping, and things are moving forward. He doesn't have to do it alone. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have to do it alone, and he's not doing it alone. He has divine helpers. And that is great. That's genuinely great. So I'll talk to you in the next video, and thank you for being on my channel. Bye.